Santiago Allianz. Today we have on one of the biggest prospects in the U.S. We have on Carlos Lozoya, who's riding a 6-fight win streak. Carlos, how's it going today?
It's going all right, man. It's going all right, not too bad.
Obviously, we got some bad news regarding your next fights, but how disappointed are you that you had to pull from this fight against Nate Smith, and how soon can we see you back in there after this injury?
It definitely sucks. It sucks a lot because, not only did I invest my time and money, but I know my Nate also invested time and money, and then people support me and stuff like that. So, that definitely sucks, but it's not the end of the world. But hopefully I can get back in within, I don't know. I think usually these injuries run like a couple months, but hopefully sooner than later, but it was part of the game. But I'm for sure, not the worst injury I've had, because I've had like bad knee injuries that's taken me like a year and a half to recover from. So I'm grateful it wasn't anything like that, but it's I think it's going to be like a couple months before I can start actually training again, which sucks. Yeah. But yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I wish you a speedy recovery, man. But do you see yourself fighting for Fury FC again, or do you think 6-fight win streak is enough to maybe punch you into the UFC?
We'll see, man. If I don't get if I get back into it, and we're looking at our opportunities, and the UFC isn't it yet, then I'll be fighting for Fury again. But if not, if I get that opportunity, I get that call, then absolutely I'll be fighting in the UFC. But really, honestly, I don't think I really need another fight at the regional level. But if it's something they want to see, if they want to see it something else, because I know my last fight was just mostly just grappling and ground and pound. If they want to see me strike, or something else, then I can do that. It's not a big deal to me. I love fighting, and I'll still be fighting, whether it's on the regional level at some random bar or in the UFCs. No matter what, I'm going to be doing this. It's just whether or not I'm doing it in the UFC. So, and I don't do it for that, for fame or anything. I just do it because I love this, there's no other reason. And, but yeah, hopefully I can get in the UFC for sure. But, if it's in a bar too, it's some random ass place, I'm down with that too,
What's the best and worst venue that you've ever fought at?
Oh my God. All right, let's start with the worst. So this one was, I'm not going to call it the promotion, but it was I literally fought on dirt. It was it was this bull ring. So
Oh, wow.
bull riders go on, and I remember walking onto the cage, it smelled like cow poop. And I got into the cage, and I was I'm walking on this dirt, and they had it poorly covered with this small strip, and there's what I think is cow poop all over this small strip.
Oh my gosh.
And I get into this cage, and as you're fighting, it's outside too, and I think it was kind of a hot day, and so that smell really you smelt it everywhere. That was probably the worst venue, but it was a fun time. I had a fun time. The people, when it's rough like that, the people are a little rowdy, and it's a good time afterwards. And probably my favorite venue I fought at, I did Fury, but yeah, I gotta say Fury's probably the most professional venue I've been at.
Yeah, for sure.
It went by smooth. It was how how there's some fights where it's oh, we're projected to start at this time, and it's 2 hours later, you're they haven't even started, and they're so off time, and you're there all day. With Fury, it was they gave me a timeline. It was literally on the dot. It was very quick. It was very efficient. and you could tell like it felt like I was in and out of the arena. You know, like I fought and then I got there, I warmed up for a little bit, I hung out, listened to the rules meeting, and I'm like one of the last fights, you know, and it felt like I was in and out, you know. So Fury was probably one of the better ones, but there have been a few other ones like Fusion Fight League. They usually put on a really good show, and then it's always in Montana, so like the people there, you know, my people, you know. So, but yeah, that's both of those good ones.
Mhm. What would it mean for you as a fighter to come from fighting on dirt, you know, fighting in a place that smells like cow poop to fighting in the UFC octagon someday?
I mean, the whole cow poop experience is it's humbling, you know.
Hmm.
And to me, it doesn't matter, man. Like I've also like I've oh, you know what? Here, this one, it's not MMA, but you know, the probably the biggest, like the best place I've competed in was Abu Dhabi, and that was for
Oh, nice.
the the World Championship, and that one was cool because it was like um for one, they housed me in this like 5-star hotel for free. And then like I remember they had like this pool room, and
Hmm.
like where you play pool on the tables. They cleared it out and they put mats down everywhere. And so it didn't, and they kept it open the whole time. So it was a matted out area, open 24/7, and it didn't matter what time you showed up there. It could be like 7 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 12 at night, or like right after breakfast, right after, it didn't matter. Anytime you jumped in there, there was like a black belt world champion there that you could train with. You know, and
Oh,
that was
that's
probably
cool.
the experience I've ever had. And the hotel was so fancy. It was like a 5-star hotel. And I remember they had dates out. They had dates everywhere. And it's just like a small thing. Like you're like date is like a random fruit. Uh, but every time I'd pass these trays of dates, I'd always eat one. It was so delicious. But that was probably the best venue. But yeah, but fighting on the UFC stage, I mean, that would be amazing. You know, and it definitely a lifelong goal of mine. But it's, you know, to me, it's just, it doesn't matter where I fight. It's you know, I'm sure I'm gonna feel the nerves of fighting there one day, but to me, it's just it's relative to the person, you know. And I think I'll I'll be I'm always like I'll be nervous at every single fight, you know. So
Hmm.
but it definitely you know, fighting from a cow poop place to the UFC, definitely it's a step up and probably a little bit more pressure, but you know, I'm happy either way, man.
Hmm. As a fighter, how do you get over those nerves that come with every fight?
You know, I used to get them really bad. So I remember one of my first fights, my first like 2 or 3 fights, I'd get these huge adrenaline dumps, and I would get like 20 or 40 of them, man, and it feel like you fought before the fight. And by the time you get into the cage, it's like you're exhausted already. And but you know, after a while, I feel like just getting the reps in, you know. And I've had so many reps with like wrestling matches and jiu-jitsu. You just kind of get numb to it a little bit. Like you still go through the experiences, but now like I know how to calm myself down. Usually, like a little ritual I have is like I'll do like these breathing techniques. I don't know if you ever heard of Willem Hof, the Iceman, the guy that jumps in the ice and he uses his breathing technique. I'll do a
Hmm.
lot of that stuff to like really like calm my nerves and just kind of relax, you know. And I don't get like, I think my last fight I had maybe one adrenaline dump, but like one compared to 40, it's it's a good way to conserve energy, and I feel like it's a lot because of those breathing techniques. And I think just something you just gotta like get the repetitions, you know, of like you just have to fight so many times that like you get the repetitions, and then it just you get used to it, you know. Um, but yeah, I mean the nerves are still always going to be there. It's just kind of like you expect it now, and then you just kind of manage it, you know. So and anyone who says they don't get nerves is a liar. So,
Yeah.
everyone gets the nerves. So, but yeah.
Mhm. What's usually your walkout music, and does it, like, help you with that nerves to, like, channel that energy, I guess?
Uh, so I love "Walking Out to Sweet Emotion" by Aerosmith,
Mhm.
and it's like sweet emotion, and it's it's not really like a hype song. Like I can't do the hype music, and once they didn't play my song, they played like some DMX. I just kind of laughed to it, because like what am I gonna do? Am I gonna freak out about it because they played the wrong song? But no, usually I like the calming music. Like Sweet Emotion has like a good vibe, and it just kind of reminds me that like, hey, this is what I love to do. This is a great emotion, and just embrace it. But I do like really I do like calming music more than anything than like the hype up music. Like I don't think that's efficient. Like you getting all hyped up right before your match, and then you getting these dumps, and because dude, it affects you. Like getting those adrenaline dumps, you definitely feel it before you get into the cage. So and me, like when I say calm, I feel like I see better. Like my eyes of reaction, feel like I can see what's coming at me a little bit better, and I feel more focused. So I usually like the calm music than rather than like the DMX, like like pump you up kind of music. But but it has happened to me before where they play the wrong song, and it's like pump up music, but I just kind of laughed at it because it's not like I'm gonna freak out and then let it affect my performance. But uh to me, I like calming music. But is it like a for sure like something I need? I don't really need it. It doesn't matter to me what song comes out, but I do like the chiller music.
Mhm. Here's a hypothetical for you, like, if you had to walk out with any rapper or musician to one of your fights, which musician would that be?
I think it'd probably be is it the Migos? They
Oh,
have
yeah, yeah, yeah,
style, man. I like their style. But they're very like good hype to them. But I love their style. So probably Migos. Um, what song from them? I don't really know. They have a lot of good music, but uh, yeah, I like their vibe. They have a good vibe, so I think I could rock with them.
like, one thing I miss from the UFC that they don't do anymore is the live performances, like, when Conor McGregor had his, Sinead Kavanaugh, like, sing, Foggy Dew, or, like, Chad Mendez with a country musician, like, I miss that so much.
Yeah, dude, it definitely adds to the experience. Why did they stop that? That's so cool, But
Yeah, I think it's a timing issue or something like that.
oh, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, I remember watching that Conor McGregor fight where the Foggy 2 came out, and or at least that singer when she sang that song,
Mhm.
and I remember getting so hyped when I listened to it. That's got to
Awesome.
be one of the best walkouts ever.
Oh, yeah, for sure, hands down. A and, with the UFC, I saw that on the website, they put "Remember the name Carlos Lozoya." It was an article about you, what did it mean for you to see that article on the UFC website?
Uh, it means a lot. Definitely, it's definitely awesome. It's like um, it's so cool. It's like my name being on the promotion that I really want to be on. It seems like a step in the right direction. And I remember when I was a kid when I competed in Abu Dhabi, they did an article on me with like what was it? I think it was like BJJ Times. It was like at the time it was like one of the bigger jiu-jitsu media people, because I remember reading from them because I love jujitsu so much. I remember reading their articles, and then being on one also. It almost like reminds me of when I was like a kid again. Um, it's not my dream come true because I'm not in the UFC, but it is like it's a step in the right direction, and it feels it's cool. It's really cool. Like, who can say that, you know? So definitely awesome, you know. And I think it was a good a great article, you know, for it, because you definitely be seeing my name a lot in the UFC here in the future, you know.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see it, Carlos. And I think that's all the questions I have. I just want to thank you again for the time. Where can the fans find you on social media?
You can find me at Carlos Lozoya MMA on Instagram and Twitter, and then yeah, those are my two social media, my main ones at least, I guess.